Who is your 3?
I got Will Levis as my 3.
And I have Will Levis
we
at my
talked
4.
enough about Richardson earlier, so I'm just going to say why I think Levis is up there. I think Levis, when you look at the stats, did not have the best of seasons. 2,400 yards, 19 touchdowns, 10 picks is not great. Kentucky was terrible this year.
Yeah, Kentucky were very bad.
And a lot of that gets attributed to the quarterback, but they just did not have a very good team. This is where Wan'Dale Robinson left.
Yeah.
Will Levis is a 2-year starter here. He was excellent last year and just not as good this year. I think Levis, when you look at the arm talent, this guy also has a really strong arm. It's up there with C.J. Stroud. It's up there with Anthony Richardson. I prefer the less raw Will Levis towards Anthony Richardson. I just think that you're getting a more, when you're taking in the top 10, you're getting a more secured pick. And, there are 2 ways to think about this. Obviously, there are people who think in the top 10, this is where you're reaching. This is where you're looking for your guys with a super high potential, super high risk, super high reward. Like, as you said, for me, this is a more, if you screw this pick up, it's going to come back to haunt you for years to come. We've seen it happen. Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson,
Baker Mayfield,
so many quarterbacks, but there are so many quarterbacks that were taken in the first top 15 or so. Josh Rosen, who just have not panned out, and it's such a risky pick. And I think this is where you go with your guy who, Will Levis, has the potential to take them into the playoffs, make a playoff run eventually. This guy could be a Pro Bowler for 10 years of his career. He's a really talented guy.
Yeah.
I have him graded at an 83, higher than Richardson. But I think this is a good player, and you know what you're getting when it comes to Will Levis. You don't know what you're getting when it comes to Richardson.
Yeah, I agree. I have him graded an 82, but again, when you look at the key traits of a quarterback, I have him A for deep accuracy, A for arm strength. I think his durability is fantastic. This guy's the best at reading coverages and understanding coverages in the class out of all the quarterbacks. I think Bryce Young, but I think when you look at Bryce Young, to me, one of the main hits was he got a little confused when they did disguise zone coverages, where I think Will Levis has been fantastic throughout his career, and I think a lot of people thought he was kind of this dumb, big quarterback. But again, you look at size-wise, 6'3", 232, this dude's huge.
Yeah, I think he clocked in at 6'4" at the combine.
Maybe 6'4", yeah. He's big. You look at Anthony Richardson, this dude's really, really big. He's just white. That's basically that's the difference. That's not the difference. But obviously, he's more mature. I think you look at all these guys, juniors, 21, this guy's 23, and I think you can see that on the tape.
Yeah,
I agree when you see it at Anthony Richardson. You see a more mature quarterback. Obviously, this guy is a senior. Most of these guys are juniors competing with him. But I just really liked him. I agree. I think you know what you're getting. I think he's just a guy where you look at some of the tape again. It's just when you look at Bryce Young, it's more refined. Will Levis, to me, it's just the accuracy problem with me. Is there's a little bit of an accuracy problem with him. And I would even say like pretty big accuracy problem, which I think needs to be coached. And unfortunately, accuracy is kind of one of those things where you just need to learn. Accuracy is that's like your height. You can't do anything about it. So it can be coached a little more than your height, but it's definitely one of those things that are a lot more hard to change as opposed to scheme fit or reading coverages. But I think he has all the tools, and like you said, he's not a raw prospect. I think this guy could be very successful. This guy could be a day one starter. Anthony Richardson couldn't. So I think a lot of teams will look at that, and that's why I like him. I like Richardson more, but I think Will Levis should go before him if you're the Colts. Just because the Colts don't have a guy.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. But
you give him a top tier running back like Jonathan Taylor that for his rookie season he can just sort of sit behind and give him the ball.
Yeah.
And then you got receivers like Michael Pittman. I think it's
good. Yeah, exactly.
It's a really decent fit for Will Levis. I think their offensive line will protect him well. I like Will Levis to the Colts at whatever they
and it's very funny because my pro comp for him is actually Carson Wentz, and a lot of people are like, you think he's good, but you compare him to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was a fantastic quarterback.
Coming out of college, he was
very good, and he played didn't make it to the Super Bowl, got injured, but MVP content. Carson Wentz, very much before injuries, was a very good quarterback. He was a winning quarterback. So I think Will Levis could be that kind of guy.
The tough one there is the running ability.
Yeah,
Levis is not your big scrambler. Carson Wentz ran a lot, and that's why he got injured so much.
But he's not like a Jared Goff, a mobile type quarterback.
No,
right?
but I would see Will Levis. He's not gonna run. Okay, you have guys in the league like Justin Herbert who are pocket passers, but when they take off, it's hard to catch them.
Josh Allen,
guy's
right,
fast, and Josh Allen has a lot of designed runs in the game. Justin Herbert's my perfect example of that. He's fast, and Will Levis I don't think is that fast. I don't think Will Levis could be that kind of quarterback. I think Will Levis is more of a Jared Goff kind of passer when he gets to the NFL, or a Matthew Stafford.
Right.
Or
I've seen the Matthew Stafford comparison.
he's not going to be running a lot, especially in an offense with Jonathan Taylor. I don't think they're going to be giving the ball in Will Levis's rookie season in his hands to run the ball. I don't see that happening. I don't think he's fast enough or reliable enough runner for that to happen. He can run through guys on a QB sneak.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't put him out in the open field.
Right.